Everybody, what's going on? It's BB from Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 4 of our Overall Dynasty here with the Omaha Orbits. If you missed last episode, it'll be up on the screen at some point, probably right now, with the playlist for all episodes from episode 1 of Creating the Dynasty all the way to now with games number 5 through 8. So 5, 6, 7, and 8 for this week. Another 4 games. Next episode will be the final final 4 weeks of the season. But here we have Ohio, who are 3-2, and we are 0-4, still looking for our first win. First drive for us ends up kicking 3. So very solid start for us. 12 plays, 3 minutes off the clock. But Ohio counters with a wide open man on the outside for an easy touchdown to go up 7-0. This is kind of when the wheels started falling off for us. After a stop by their defense to start the second quarter, they hit a 50-yard field goal to make it a 10-3 game. No, not too hard right now, but 4th down and 11, we have to kick another field goal on the next drive. And of course, we shank it because kicking is hard. Other than that, so they get some pretty good field position. Of course, next play, or 2 plays later for Ohio, I mean, look just how much time he has in the pocket here. Just literally all the time in the world. I could probably make a throw in that pocket, and he just finds the seam and gets the touchdown. So it's now 17-3, and this is, it ends up being bad. It's 24-3 here for Ohio. We just couldn't stop them at all. Again, still looking for our first win of the dynasty. But hey, really the only nice thing for us here on a first down and goal from the 5, O'Malley finds the end zone for a rushing touchdown. We end up going for 2, and it doesn't end up very well for us. We try to pass it pretty quickly, and it almost bounces into a hand of a defender. But now it ends up being 41-12. They score a couple more. We score a field goal at the near the end of the game. But yeah, 41-12. Not a great performance in game number 1 of the episode and game number 5 overall. To'o, not great, 3 picks, but O'Malley had the 1 touchdown. The offense really didn't have a very good game other than Crow, who had 8 catches for 76 yards. Blocking-wise, I mean, we allowed 6 sacks on the night. The right side of the offensive line did not do good. Lemons led the team in tackles with 9. We did have a couple tackles for loss, but again, no sacks, no picks. We only had 1 deflection, which was why our halfback, Dwayne Crow, don't know how he was out there, but he was. But anyways, on to the second game. Against Kent State, they're 3-3 on the season. We're 0-5. Let's see what we can do here and see if we can't get anything going. Kent State on their first drive just walks into the end zone pretty much. So they begin the game with a 7-0 lead over us. Our first drive of the game after a huge sack ends up being 4th down and 16. We kick a field goal to make it 7-3. So almost just like last game, it's 7-3. And their second drive of the game, they get down near the goal line on 2nd down and goal from the 2. They run it up the gut again and get pushed forward for a touchdown. So now it's 14-3. And let me just tell you, this Kent State game did not go well either. We get a 1st down and 10 from the 11, however. This was one of the good plays that we had in this game. It's another run with O'Malley, and he just finds the seam, gets pushed forward for a touchdown, so it's now 14-10. Now 4th and goal here from the 4. We get a stop on defense. We end up kicking a field goal to make it a 1-point game here just before half. But of course, in Orbits fashion, they hit us deep for a 21-13 lead going into halftime. Not great at all. But just before halftime, 3rd down and goal from the 4, they don't cover the quarterback. We rush in for a touchdown to make it 21-19. I was thinking about going for 2 to tie in the game, but it didn't end up mattering because they would start with ball in the second half. And we would go absolutely nowhere. Actually, no, we start with ball. I think we just punted. So they score a touchdown to make it an 8-point game again. 4th down and 6. We had to go for it here being down 8 with 3 minutes to go. I didn't trust our defense to get a stop, and of course we make a bad read and it gets picked off, and of course missed tackles, ends up going the distance for a pick 6 for Kent State, which was pretty much the dagger in this game early on here in the third quarter, making it 35-20. But, however, Crow does rush in for a touchdown. We had a lot of rushing touchdowns in this game. This time we end up going for 2 to try to make it, or I think we just kick a field goal. Again, thinking about going for 2 again, but again, doesn't really matter because we were down 8 either way. Final score ended up being 42-27. They ended up adding another touchdown later on in the game. But yeah, not a great game again. Their rushing attack kind of killed us. Their offense definitely, I mean, we couldn't stop them. Over 423 yards. To'o again, 230 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns, but 3 rushing. 1 by To'o, and O'Malley and Crow also had rushing touchdowns. Crow only had 4 carries for 1 yard. Receiving-wise, wasn't that great. Blocking-wise, again, allowing 5 sacks on the night, which was not great. And we just have been struggling on the offensive line to do anything. Defensive-wise, Iverson had 11 tackles, led the team. We had 3 tackles for a loss. Again, no sacks, no picks, and we had 1 deflection from Forney. That was about it for that game. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Eastern Michigan comes into town here, and 4th down and inches. Can the defense make a stop here early on? 4 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. He throws it right to Iverson. I don't know why we just didn't go down, but we take it out and only get to the 6, but it's a pick, nonetheless, in the end zone. Defense makes a stop. And on the next drive, on 4th down and 8 from the 20, we end up kicking a field goal to go up 3-0 here on Eastern Michigan. So after another stop by our defense, 3rd down and goal from the 5, we go with the easiest play in the book, jet touch pass. We cut in. Easter finds the end zone. That's our first passing touchdown in like 3 weeks, to be honest with you. Maybe even 4. So now it's 10-0. After another stop forced by this defense, it is 10-0. 2nd and goal from the 3. We run it with O'Malley. Finds the hole, ends the end zone for a 17-0 lead, and we are looking to grab our first win ever in this dynasty. 17-0 here in the second quarter. However, their next drive, they finally find an offense. From the 20, he finds a wide open man right over the seam, touchdown to make it 17-7. Now thinking, this might be where the wheels fall off for this team. However, I mean, he does make the extra point here. So 4th down and goal with 31 seconds. We take a lot of time off this clock. 4th and goal from the 1. We run it up the middle, and we get that touchdown right back to make it 24-7 going into halftime, which is fantastic. I don't think we've had this big of a lead going into halftime ever. First drive of our second half. 4th down and 2 from the 12. We end up kicking a field goal to go up 20 points. So again, we're up 4 scores at this point. Or I guess 3. It is 3 scores. I don't know why I said 4 scores. But yeah, 3 scores here. 1st down and 10. Their first play of the drive. They fumble the football, and we pick it up. So the defense is making plays. We have a pick and a forced fumble. 2nd and goal from the 7. We get out to our tight end of Trent. He finds the end zone to make it 34-7. Now we're up 4 scores, which is unbelievable. We're on the way to our first ever win in program history. But Eastern Michigan had something to say about it. 3rd down and 2 from the 6-yard line. Can we make another stop in the red zone? This time, however, we can't. They find the end zone finally after a long time, and Eastern Michigan puts up a touchdown to make it 34-14. So again, back down to 20 after a stop forced by their defense. They find another open man and get another touchdown to make it 34-21. So, unfortunately, from a 27-point lead down to a 13, we end up kicking a field goal to make it a 16-point game here late in the game for this team. But 2nd down and inches, 37-21. He tries to throw it over the middle. We are right there to get another interception. Our second of the game, and our second of the episode here. But we only kick a field goal to make it 40-21. So it's a 19-point game with a minute left to go. He's just chucking it deep. Iverson gets his second pick of the game, our third for the team overall. And officially, we have won our first game in program history with a 40-21 win over Eastern Michigan. It is finally over. We finally win a game. To'o had a great game, 25 for 29, 235, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Washington Rise O'Malley had 100 on the ground with a touchdown. Crow also had a touchdown as well. Aldrich had a good day. Crow also went 9 for 53 on through the air. Easter and Trent had both touchdowns, as you saw. Blocking wise, no sacks allowed, which is absolutely huge. We also had a ton of pancakes. Combs led the team with 14 tackles. With a bunch of tackles for a loss in this game. We also had 2 sacks. I think our first ever 2-sack game as well. Iverson and Combs both had the picks. We also had 5 pass deflections. Lemons, Humphreys, and Bugs each had 1. We also had 1 forced fumble by Quan. And Iverson picked up the fumble. So Iverson had 3 turnovers, technically, by himself. We had 4 turnovers altogether, 3 picks, 1 forced fumble. Punting-wise, we only, I think, punted once, and it was for 31 yards. It wasn't really a great punt, but overall, our first ever win in program history. We're going to try to make it 2 here in Akron. They're 5-2, we're 1-6. This is another tough game here, especially on the road. Akron begins the game with a 14-yard touchdown pass here to the halfback. Unfortunately, there was a great block out there. I don't know why we tried to switch on to try to get him, but it switched on to the wrong linebacker. So Akron gets up 7. It's 7-0. 4th down and 2 here. Unfortunately, after a 3rd and long, we couldn't do anything, but they roughed the kicker. So all of a sudden, we have free plays to get into the end zone from the 6-yard line. However, if you don't know this team, we struggle in the red zone. So we have to kick another field goal, and this time it counts to go up 3-0. So now, 1st down and goal from the 1 here for Akron, trying to go up 2 scores here on Omaha. And they're going to find just easy blocking here from Akron. And they find the end zone to make it 14-3. 4th down and goal. I mean, we had to go for it. There's no point of kicking field goals. We find a wide open man with a guy right in To'o's face. And we find the end zone to make it 14-10. Now here, 2nd down and 9 from the 42-yard line for Akron. He's going to try to throw it over the middle. He's got a man, but hit, and he fumbles the football. I don't know if this was actually ruled a fumble or a pick. I think it was actually ruled a fumble, but it could have been an interception. Humphreys was credited with a forced fumble. But, hey, we forced a fumble. Unfortunately, we don't do anything with it. So 1st and goal from the 4. He finds the end zone, and they take advantage of it to go back up 10. Or I guess now 11 to make it 21-10. 1st and goal with 12 seconds left to go in the first half. We had a huge play to get down here, and O'Malley finds the end zone to make it 21-17. So, again, down 4 going into halftime. They start with ball, though, to begin the second half. Throws over left side, and Lemons gets the interception. So this defense has all of a sudden come to play with now 6 turnovers forced in the last 2 games. Unfortunately, we don't put up 6. We have to put up 3, and we don't do anything with the short field to make it 21-10, so it's a 1-point game here in the 3rd quarter. Can the defense make another stop? Unfortunately, with 1st and goal from the 2, the answer is right here. They step back to pass, and he is just wide open on the out route, and he finds the end zone for another touchdown. So 2nd down and 6. We're down 8. We need a big play here to get back in this game here in the 3rd quarter. We throw it. What a catch by Wayne. Up and then fumbles the football and unfortunately can't pounce on it. And Akron gets the ball back at their own 9-yard line. But they don't do anything. So a 3rd down and goal from the 2. We decide to pitch it out to O'Malley, who has just been taking a beating today. But he finds the end zone for a touchdown to make this a 2-point game. So we go for it. We need to tie this game up here late in the 3rd And my only read was A. I know I have many people wide open here, and I should have thrown it, but I didn't because I'm stupid. So 28-26, first down and 10. He tries to find a guy over the middle just like the last play, and it's picked off again. That is 7 turnovers forced by this defense in the last 2 games, which is insane. Insanity. Second down and 6, 4 plays later. Easter on the jet touch pass finds the end zone, and we take the lead. And we try to go for 2 again. This time we'll just, again, use the easiest play ever in college football 25. The jet touch pass finds the end zone for 2, and we're up 3 points, 34-31. We're trying to win our second game ever in this dynasty. Throws it left side, and Schaffering, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce the name, gets a pick 6 to pretty much ice the game with under 2 minutes to go. A 66-yard pick 6 as well from Zach Schaffering. And just unbelievable turn of events. It's now a 10-point game. And just to put the icing on top of the cake, we force another interception, which is just insanity. With a minute 43 to go, we waste a lot of time, and that actually ends the game with a 41-31 win with 15 points scored in the fourth quarter. Just an unbelievable last 2 games of this episode. Getting plenty of turnovers. We had 4 picks on them. 30 for 40, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Rushing-wise, we had 2 touchdowns from Ellie. Not really great on the ground today. Really, I mean, not really anyone going over 100 yards. But Haslam had over 100 yards receiving. Crow had the touchdown along with Easter for the 2 receiving touchdowns. Only 3 sacks allowed in this game. Godwin and Abreu had the sacks. Defensive-wise, of course, Lemons led the team with 9 tackles. We had 4 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks on the game, too. And, of course, 4 interceptions, 2 by Forney, 1 by Schaffering and Lemons. I don't know how to pronounce that name at this point. We also had a pass deflections by him as well, and a fumble recovery. He even forced 2 fumbles, but they recovered 1. And, of course, the defensive touchdown as well. Just an insane game overall here against Akron. These 2 games were insane to end the episode. Just winning back-to-back games was amazing. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable performance by this team in the last 2 games. And yeah, we will show recruiting here. So again, if you guys do want a player, write a comment down below. Name and, of course, the person who you want to take over. It will be first come, first serve. So if someone's already taken the person, unfortunately, you know, try to pick another person if you want. And, of course, here they are. Also, next episode will be a Ball State, or next video will be Ball State. That'll probably be tomorrow. So more than likely, videos will be going live Monday through Thursday at 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. That is the plan from now on. Overall wise, I'll try to have at least more than likely 2 episodes of Ball State going out every week, along with hopefully 1 episode of the Overall franchise or the Overall Dynasty, and of course, hopefully trying to get more of winning a national title with every team in Dynasty. But of course, we're at the hand of simulations, and simulations are kind of broken. So hopefully we can get the 3rd episode or 2nd episode out soon. But of course, we have to make national titles, and we haven't made those yet. So just a little heads up on that series as well. So we could see 2 episodes of Zero franchise on Thursday, or another episode of Ball State, but I probably won't post 3 episodes of Ball State. That's just not going to happen. But yeah, tomorrow will be another episode of Ball State, and then Wednesday will either be as winning a championship with every team, or another Z Overall franchise or Z Overall Dynasty, and Thursday will be another episode of Ball State. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are new, please consider that subscribe button down below. It is free. It really helps out the channel and let you know when videos like this go live. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.